We want to learn about our own health as teachers on how to reduce some sick leaves and premature retirement caused by a combination of many things: diet, occupation, stress, and some other lifestyle factors. So now the topic, we can say reclaim is EASE from this is. Reclaim is EASE from this is. That's the topic. Reclaim is from this is. Reclaim is from this is. That's our topic. Okay. Let me start by defining the name this. What does this mean? Not this, is. What does is mean? Is, EASE. EASE is. What is the meaning of that word? Yes. Comfortable. Yes. Free from pain. etc. What about if we just say this? This, just say disadvantage, this, what was this, what? Yes, sir. Okay. Yes, any other? Yes. Okay. Is the opposite. Yes. Okay, thank you so much. So now we are saying for us, or maybe we should be at ease position. At ease. But now there are some this is. There is this is disease. So the body is no longer at ease. It's now what? Disease. It's now disease. So that's the definition of disease. So my body is no longer at ease. That's the best definition for what? For disease. So now the human anatomy, let me start by giving you maybe the description of the human anatomy. We start by the atoms, then we go to what we call the molecules. I just want to lay the foundation so that we understand the molecules. Then we go to cells. We have got trillions of cells that we have. Then from cells, we go to tissues. Combined together, they will make what we call organs. We've got different types of organs. Lung, we've got heart, leg, eye, ear. Those are organs. But it starts from where? From here. So now these organs combined together, or made 5 to 7 organs, can make one system. And we have got about 11 systems that we have. So these systems, we now have these systems like digestive system, respiratory system, circulatory system, reproductive system, muscular system, all those systems that we have. And those systems combined together, they make an organism, which is the human anatomy. It's now my body. So now, every time, or maybe we have got these cells. Let me start with the cells. We have got these cells, about 75 trillion of cells that we have. So because of our lifestyle, because of our food that we are eating every day, we are making these cells unhealthy, and they are hard to absorb some nutrients because of our lifestyle. So, especially with the pyramid that we call unhealthy food pyramid, that pyramid contributes with about 75% to some diseases that we are having, especially the non-communicable diseases like cancer, high blood pressure, diabetes, acids, and ulcers, and some other things. So now we have got unhealthy food pyramid. Unhealthy food pyramid, let's say this is our pyramid. This is upside down. Unfortunately, more than 95% of the population are in this pyramid worldwide, not only in Zimbabwe. More than 95%. We are eating unhealthy every day. So now we are eating too much fats and sugars. Too much refined food. Too much fats and sugars every day. Especially artificial sugar. When you are consuming that artificial sugar, it means you are feeding some bacteria, you are feeding some viruses, and some germs that can cause these diseases. And now we have got top 4. Number 1, cancer. 2, heart diseases. 3, diabetes, and also respiratory ailments. Those 4 diseases are claiming more than 80% of the population every day. Only 4 diseases. So now we want to try by all means to reverse those diseases because they are reversible. They are reversible. So now, too much fats and sugars and some refined foods. Some sugars, yes, we've got some sources of sugar, fizzy drinks, and some other drinks that we drink, especially artificial things that we take. We've got sugar that we put in our teas. Those are artificial sugars that I'm talking about. So, yeah, I think this is a challenge. So now, fats and sugars and refined foods combined together, they are clogging our cells. They are making our cells hard to absorb some nutrients. Our cells should be flexible and permeable, but we are making them hard by consuming what? Too much fats and sugars and refined foods. So now, when I'm eating, the nutrients are no longer getting in. The nutrients are no longer getting in, and the waste is no longer getting out. After eating, then you have heartburn. After having your 3 meals a day, but you are not moving your what? Your bowels. Because the waste is no longer getting what? Out. And we are feeding the colon. We are feeding the colon. That's why even colon cancer these days is on number 1. Because of too much refined foods. Those foods are slippery. Then inside it's also slippery because we have got too much mucus. It's like, let's say we are taking a snake, then you say, no, without infambe materials. Very small. It cannot. But if you can take that same snake, choice even in the grass, it can what? It can move very quick. So now, if we take some refined foods, and these foods are slippery, then we are putting them inside. There's no movement. So now, if we are lacking that movement, it means that we are promoting constipation. Are we together? Yes, we are promoting constipation. And constipation is the motherboard of many diseases. Constipation. So now, digestive system, when it comes to these systems, digestive system is easily affected. Why? Because it is the one which is responsible to digest food or to eliminate what? Waste. That's why many people are suffering from digestive problems. Constipation, gas, bloating, acids, and some other things. Those are initial problems until we get cancer, until we get diabetes and some other things. So the best way to address these things, we need to address the root cause first. Without addressing the root cause, we are not going to win. Even if you get the best medicine made from China or from America or from Zimbabwe, but without addressing the root cause, we will not win. That's why many people are saying, I cannot reverse my condition. Why? Because they are not addressing the root cause. So now we are saying the root causes are refined foods, fats and sugars, and some other things that we will mention a bit later. So the digestive system, let's say this is our digestive system. The digestive system starts from where? From the mouth. Okay, this is the J. I'm not a good artist, so this is our stomach, our small intestines, and something. This is the esophagus, the pipe that carries the food from the mouth into the stomach. So now, when I'm eating something which is not natural, some refined foods and some artificial things, the human body has got some enzymes and hormones to digest or to recognize only the natural things, only the natural food. So now when I'm eating something which is not natural, there's nothing that is going to digest or to recognize anything which is inside. Even if you are prayer warriors, even if you are prophets, there's nothing, it's permanent. So when God created man, He put some enzymes and hormones only to digest or only to recognize nature. Only nature. So when I'm eating refined white rice, polenta, refined mealie, and all those things that we eat, it means that there are no enzymes that will digest that. It's like, let's say you've got a vehicle, then you say, this vehicle has got a diesel engine. Then you decide to change the type of fuel without changing the engine. Then you say, I want to put paraffin or petrol instead of diesel. What will happen? Yes. It's like us these days. We are changing the types of our fuels without changing the engine that I'm carrying. This engine will still need the same type of food like anabogoeli dara. The same type of food yavaidya ndo yachiri kunidya even today. The same type of food. So now, when I'm eating those things, my body we also detect that this food is not natural. So what are we going to do? Let's have too much acid in our stomach to help or maybe to digest or to help the digestive system. Unfortunately, it will not work. And this esophagus here, we have got the valve that closes here. Every time when we eat, then this valve opens like this. After eating, it closes. So now, because we've got too much acid due to refined foods and artificial things that we are eating, and we are also putting too much pressure in here. So what it means now is that we are loosening the valve now, this valve. After loosening this valve, and there's now what we call a reflux coming back of the acid. It's now a reflux, because there's too much pressure here because of the type of food that we are eating. Every time when you eat, you have got heartburn, and this acid is sensitive to the esophagus, and it can also burn the esophagus. Then you feel that burning sensation. Then you say, every time I eat, I've got heartburn, the heartburn. Then we normalize that. We say it's very normal for me to experience heartburn. It's not normal. It's not normal. So even if I give you something, or maybe if I give you the best medicine to treat constipation, heartburn, and some other related issues, it's so difficult for you to reverse that until you change the type of food. That's the best solution. So now we've got constipation and some other cancers, especially colon cancer. It can take you even 20 years, 30 years for you to be diagnosed with these types of cancer, especially colon cancer. Okay, and we have got some ulcers again, and diabetes. I am trying to summarize because of our time. We'll try to summarize. Diabetes. We have got what we call the pancreas. In Shona, they call it watata. The pancreas releases or produces what we call insulin. Insulin. What is the role of this hormone? Of insulin? Yes, sir. Okay, yes. Any other additions? Yes, very correct. It can help us to regulate the amount of what? Of sugar. So now, every time we say, Kunam guys, please refine, please, we are saying, please remove all the nutrients that my body needs. And we are left with just maybe the starch. And that starch is sugar. It's only sugar. 5 years, 10 years down the line, we are diabetic. Why now? Our grandparents, our forefathers were living health without all these diseases. Because they were no what? Refined things. And these artificial things. And now we are educated. And we know almost everything. But we are having these diseases. Why? Because of our lives. Because of our diet. So until we change. So we don't want this, especially these two, refined foods and especially artificial food. And even if you have got some tonsils, if I advise you to stop taking sugar and you follow as it is, you can easily reverse my tonsils. But if you don't, especially in winter, you experience, even if you get the best medicine, because sugar is the one which can also feed some bacteria, viruses. Our forefathers, our grandparents were enjoying honey, pure honey. But these days, we think maybe to drink some fizz drink and some other things. I live a life by doing that. It's not life. Because today I'm in the queue of having that food. Tomorrow I'm in the queue to have some medicine from the pharmacy. Those are the principles of life. If you break one, you'll get some consequences. There's no any disease that comes without any cause. You may ask about genetics. Genetics laws are gone, lifestyle foods that trigger. Okay, we'll mention that later. Okay, so this is what we are doing and experiencing almost every day because of the food that we are taking of the food. So the body is now having too much toxins. And we only have two things that are causing these diseases. Number one is constipation. Because the blood is no longer getting some nutrients from the food that we are eating. And the cells need the nutrients, but they are no longer getting some nutrients. Then they start to react and also they start to overgrow. And we have got some types of cancer, more than 15 types of cancer. Because I'm taking or maybe I am eating, applying or doing something which is foreign to my body. Some artificial things are not good for the human body. So this is the key to some diseases. I want to also have the key to reverse these diseases. This is the key, especially fats and sugars, too much fats and sugars. And these fats, they are clogging our arteries. Let's say you are watering the garden. Then you say, I want to increase the pressure. What do you do when you are watering the garden? If you want to increase the pressure, you just close a bit, and here let's say we have got some arteries. Then we can close them big by what? Too much fats and too much cholesterol that we get especially from too much milk. I don't want to go deeper with these things. I just want to. All right. No problem. I'm open for. Okay, so we are now clogging our arteries, and also we are increasing the what? The pressure. It's no longer normal blood pressure. It's what now? It's now high blood pressure. And we continue clogging the arteries. Then we clog the arteries that carries the blood to the brain. Then we may experience stroke. Then we clog the veins that carries the blood to the heart, then we may experience heart attack and some other heart diseases. So these two things, constipation and lack of blood circulation, these are major keys to these diseases. If you are experiencing numbness, dizziness, it means now that the blood is no longer circulating well. Yes. So blood is life. So now if you are lacking the blood circulation, it means that we may lose the life. So for me to reach about 70 years now is something else. But our parents were living healthy up to around 120, 130. What has changed? The type of food, the type of lifestyle. Western diets, mostly. We no longer love ourselves. We no longer love what we have, especially as Africans. Yeah. The other thing that pleases God is just to love yourself and accept and utilize what you have. By doing that, you please. But if you say to God, no, you don't know what to do, so I'm now changing everything that you gave me. From the food, from the skin, everything. So every time we try to deny ourselves, that's when we get some problems. Every time we try to deny ourselves. By denying our small grains, now we are experiencing some drought. Because when God blessed us with those small grains, He knew that we have got a climate that suits the food and people in Africa. But now we are having only maize, 5 hectares with maize. What about our own small grain? And as a result, we are experiencing that. By just doing that, okay, some acids, some fizz drink. We've got some chemical. Is there anyone who has got the bottle of any fizz drink here? I just want to do something. I don't want to judge, but I just want someone to. Okay, then I have this one. I don't want to mention the name of this product because of these recordings that are having here. But is there anyone with data here? I just want you to pick one word or two from the ingredients. From the ingredients, then you just pick one or two words from the ingredients. You will see that the amount of chemicals and other things that we are taking, and those things are causing many diseases. Even Professor Mtulingu said, for those who are manufacturing some fish and sugar, you must pay 2% tax on top of what you pay. So that we have some machines to treat cancer. Yes. So we are inviting these diseases. They are not gate crashers. They come with the invitation. Is there anyone with data? I just want you to Google maybe one word or two. I want you to go, before you buy anything, you just Google the ingredients. Then you see what you are taking. Is there anyone? Okay, just select at least. Just select too well, then you tell us what is those things. They write that after taking this, after so many years, you start to experience this and this. But we don't read. We don't read. We don't read. And the third one is too much protein. Too much protein, especially from milk. Especially from milk. There's this hormone, what we call renin, is responsible to digest. Renin is responsible to digest the milk that you get from the mother, or to digest breast milk. So after, is there anyone with data? Yes. Okay, maybe you can find someone so that. What do you have that side? Okay, kindly listen to this one. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Folic acid can severely affect women health. High contact in
and some kidney stones, all those things are from the food that you are taking. But sometimes we take it for granted. We take it for granted. So I was saying about the renin. So after 2 years or so, it can also disappear from the child. This hormone is responsible to digest the breast milk. So when we start now to introduce the milk from our cows to a child, there's nothing now that can digest or detect this type of milk. Because the calcium and the protein from the cow milk, it was meant for cows. Yes. Even at school, they taught us that we get calcium from what? From the milk. But later now we are seeing that this calcium was meant for a cow. So that it can have some strong bones and can feed with some grasses and some other things. So now, after having this, we are having uric acid, urea, and we have got arthritis and some other things because of eating too much milk. And cholesterol as well. We said the cholesterol can clog our arteries. And on this protein, when you are having our meat, I advise you to have your road runners than broilers. We don't want the genetically modified organisms. They will tamper with our genes. And they are now changing the genes even for our children. A 9-year-old girl now needs a man. Tampering with the genes, with the hormones, due to genetically modified organisms. Even some other fruits that we take. That's why I advise people to eat, especially wild fruits and vegetables. No GMOs, no chemicals, no fertilizers, no any other things. But because of our mindset that says, if I'm eating 2 You know, yes, all those things, the white fruits and vegetables, are inferior than the one who is eating apples. That's the mindset. So until we change our minds and love our own kids, until we change our mindset and love our own things. So, in short, these three are major causes. So the solution now, we want to reclaim what is from disease. These diseases are reversible. Let's say we are in this room, there's a leaking tape at the corner. Then we say, let's have our mops and mop without closing that tape. Are we going to win? So the person said, maybe you say, I'm now having, or maybe diabetes, some acids, high blood pressure. We should address the root cause by closing that tape, by stopping taking these things. That's closing that tape. Then we get the mop from the doctor. The mop, which is the medicine. Then I mop what is already inside. After a month or so, I'm healed. But if we are taking our mops without closing the tape, I will die mopping. I will die mopping. We have got over 1,000 testimonies of the people who managed to reverse their condition by just following these simple physical health principles and also the health medicine. Whether it's a herb or a pill, but without closing that tape, a herb or a pill will not reverse anything. I mean, we will never reverse anything. Even from China or from Zimbabwe, we never reverse anything. So now we are saying, the solution now, let's change this pyramid and have the health food pyramid. This is unhealthy. And more than 95% are following this pyramid. Only 5% are following health food worldwide. So this pyramid now is something to wrap here. Okay. Then you put water before anything. The best medicine and food that we should love is water. If I'm saying water or liquids, I'm not saying tea or what, I'm saying pure water. Water. How much water do we need per day? You just say your weight divided by 30. Then the number that you get, you put it in liters or in meals. So if I'm 6 divided by 30, which is 2, and it's 2 liters. 9 divided by 30, which is 3 liters. 120 divided by 30, 4 liters. 150 divided by 30, 5 liters. That's why even water, then cinema 3 liter engine, 1.5, 2 liter engine. So now, why are we using this format? These formulas. Why are we using this formula? We agree that the human body should be about 70% should be water. So to maintain that, we calculate using that formula. What are the uses or the benefits or the importance of water? To get rid of some toxins. To get rid of some toxins and also to balance the body temperature. And also to feed the mind We need water. For us to have sharp mind, just drink a lot of water. So don't wait to be thirsty for you to drink water. You are late. Yeah. So we need water. We need water. We cannot live 3 days without water. Cannot live 3 days without water. That's when we damage ourselves and we are now vulnerable to some cancers. Some kidney problems are due to not taking enough water. And to neutralize some other chemicals that we already have through the food, some flavorings, some preservatives that we take those food. When I eat them, my body would detect that this can be a chemical. So let's change our houses, let's change our cars, but not food. But not food. We still need sorghum, millet, rapport, water, and some other things. So this is water. Then number 2, fruits and vegetables. Fruits and vegetables. Especially wild fruits and vegetables are locally available, are cheap. Gabare majandi, $1. Yes, are very cheap and are locally available. Our problem as humans is that we trust something from a sinner's hand than from God's hand. We trust something from a third done. Just take from God's hand and eat. That's our main problem. So we need some fruits and vegetables. They give us some vitamins, some minerals, and boost the immune system. And it can boost the immune system and also have fiber in them. Can fight some diseases because the immune system is now strong due to some fruits and vegetables, especially the fruits which are rich in vitamin C. Like baobab, like matamba. Do you know matamba? Yes, like lemon, all those things. They are good for the human body. That's why even God gave us the fruits which are rich in vitamin C in wheat. Because we are vulnerable to many diseases. So we need to boost the immune system so that we prevent many diseases. Then number 3, some whole grains. Some whole grains. We need some whole grains. In whole grains, that's where we get all the nutrients without refining, without processing. Every time we process, we are removing the nutrients. Just left with the junk, and my body is so we need some whole grains instead of eating whole meat. Instead of eating palem, why don't you go for smoke? Do you know that Rapoko Rukweze, do you know Rukweze or Rapoko, is the king of grains so far worldwide? If we combine all the grains, vulgar, rice, or other grains, Rapoko is the number worldwide. It's expensive because we no longer love them. So, and even we are just growing maize. So let's go to the best and start growing the small grains. We will notice that even the price will decline if we start growing them. Okay, these are whole grains. They feed our cells and make our cells soft and permeable, so that when we start to eat now, we are getting fiber, roughage, and we are promoting the digestion system, and also preventing constipation, which is the motherboard of many diseases. These are small grains. Then on top, we are now cutting our protein. Instead of eating your hot banana every day, maybe 3 times a week, then you add some other things like sugar beans, some vegetables. And now also, what do you call this? Refined foods. Now we no longer love any refined food. When I was in Zambia last year, after the presentation at lunchtime, some people had their visitors, but more than 50% of these people were vegetarian. Then I said to them, which is better now, a fish and meat, if we compare this? Refined mealie meal and meat, refined white rice and meat. So we need to balance these things. If you decide not to take any animal protein, decide also to avoid some refined foods, sugar, and things. Because meat is better than those things. Meat is better than those things. Okay, so this is what we are doing every day. And we only have not more than 5 sources of sugar. Number 1 is pure honey. I advise you to have your own GI if possible. I advise you to have your own. But sometimes, even if you go and buy to some other shops, they put sugar, some other things. It's no longer natural and organic. So, I advise you to have your own. Then number 2 are fruits, all sweet fruits. Those are sources of what? Of sugar. That's why I bought my own blender and juice maker. I think it's $30-40. If I want 100% juice, then I go to Mazan. I grow some bananas. Then I make my own 100%. Very cheap, yield, and they taste nice. Now more than 7 to 8 years, I don't take sugar and milk and some other refined foods. I don't take. And by God's grace, I really this hospital. Even with some flu, some other things. The last time I visited the hospital, it was last year when I was bitten by dogs in Uganda. That's why you are seeing what is. But I rarely. You feel that I'm young and I've got energy. The energy that I had when I was around 22 is now times 5. I'm telling you this. Yes. In fact, now we are now cutting down our fat. We can even get our fat from our peanuts. When you are eating them, you get fats and some other things which are related. And when you are cooking your food, make sure that you don't put too much milk, not too much oil. And by burning your oil, you are also inviting some carcinogens. When you are saying when you are cooking, then the first it says okay, yeah. So let's try by all means to eat simple things. Don't complicate your food by putting too much things. It's not good for the human body. I'm left with 15 minutes, 8 minutes. So now, how do we eat these things? How do we eat these things? You see that we have got what we call breakfast. It's called breakfast because every night we should fast. Early in the morning we are breaking that fast. So by breaking the fast, we need energy to work, to think. So when I'm skipping my breakfast, it means that I am also not getting enough energy. And we have got some reserves, what we call the vital force. The body will take the energy from these reserves by skipping your breakfast. And we are abusing the vital force when we need them. When we need it later, in times of emergency, the body will say, no, we no longer have the vital force. We abuse it by refined foods, overeating, and also skipping our breakfast. Many people, they don't want to break their fast because fast, so there's no need to break. That's why many people, they don't eat early in the morning because they eat too much during the night. So early in the morning, before anything, then you drink your warm water, plain water, about 500 ml. 15 minutes after, then you are eating your food without any liquids. We don't advise people to mix the two, solids and liquids at the same time. We agree that the digestive system starts from where? From the mouth. So when you are mixing the two, it means that we are diluting the enzymes which are responsible to digest the solid. We are now inviting some acids. There are some principles that we should follow. We don't just eat. The same way we do to our vehicles, to our phone, those principles, that you don't mix fuel and water. We still need the same principles to apply them to the human body. Then, make a breakfast beside, especially when I'm at home. I take my iswala sadza, remunga, rapoko, sorghum or millet. Then 1 hour, 30 minutes after, I start to drink my water. My water, until around 30 minutes before lunch hour. That's when I take my mtakura. Do you know mtakura? Yes. I put the fruits first. I eat some fruits first. Then I take my mtakura most of the time. And sometimes the bread that we bake at home. And sometimes brown rice that you get from rural areas. You enjoy, you feel that, where can I put this in it? Even those who are married, you experience that when you start to, I think you heard what I said. Okay. Then at lunch hour, after eating, 1 hour, 30 minutes after, then you are drinking your water. At supper, your God will tell you what to do. You don't need to put any effort to skip your supper. No. Your God will program itself. But you need to eat your breakfast and not from the refined food. Because when you are taking your food or made the refined food, they will not give you anything. The colon is waiting for that done from the refined to feed colon pains. That's why sometimes at 9 you eat at 7, at 10 you want to eat something. Because you are eating some refined foods. They don't give you energy. And by snacking again, by eating between meals, you are also having some acids and other things. We only need the maximum of 3 meals per day. The best are 2. If you take natural food, it's very possible. But if you are taking some refined food, they don't give you energy. Because colon is waiting. This is a serious subject when it comes to food, because I think even Satan knows that. If I temper around the food, I will kill many. I will kill many. Alright, at supper, if you desire anything, let it be a light meal. And you eat 3 hours before bedtime. Why 3 hours? So that you finish the processing to digest the food. When you feel hungry, maybe around 8 p.m., maybe you take your supper around 5. When you feel maybe I'm hungry, just drink a half glass of water. Then you are done. Early in the morning, you are hungry. You are breaking the fast and preserving the vital force. God also need to preserve the vital force, not to abuse it. It started when the masters expected their servants to work maybe from 7 a.m. until around sunset. At supper now, then they say, no, I don't need it. Then they say, no, you can eat. That's when it starts. So we need to change all those things. Even water, we need the room temperature, not cold water. We don't need this type of water. That's why you see some people, they experience some headaches, numbness after taking cold water. my body is now working very hard, non-stop, to bring back those temperatures in about 37 degrees Celsius after taking what's cold water. So we need to live a simple life. Even if you have money, let people say, this one can live simple. Live simple. You will see that you save a lot of money, and you save and you promote health lives. Like this time, from December to March, I don't eat what you call like spinach. I don't eat pork, rape. I eat leg egg. That's when I eat nyeve. That's when I eat those things. Why? Please go and try these things. Okay, in 5 minutes. In 5 minutes. I'm trying to summarize because from day one, we can spend the whole year just on diet, on every day learning about. So because of our time, let me go to these lifestyle factors. These lifestyle factors. Number one is physical activity. Number one is physical activity. Even if you are eating health, but we are not having time for physical exercise, we may have some other problems. We need about 30 minutes a day. 30 minutes a day, especially in the morning when we are having enough oxygen or pure air without any pollution, especially in the morning. That's physical activity. What are the benefits? The benefits, sweating. By sweating, we are removing the toxins through the skin. The skin is the largest organ, so we need to sweat so that we remove some toxins. It can make my bones, my joints, my back strong. And some other benefits that we get from physical activity. Then number two, stress management. Stress management. Stress is not good for the human body. You will see that even after eating health and you are stressed, the food that you take is not going to be digested. How best can we manage stress? Number one is contentment. Contentment comes after working very hard. Then you are content with the results. As is not contentment. Usimbe inshon. And also, we need to see something positive in everything. The negative. It can help us as well. And also, we need to forgive each other. By not forgiving, you are killing yourself. And some of us, we are brave enough to carry our Bibles to check why you are not forgiving. Yeah, it's something else. So it can help you even for your own health just to forgive and just to be happy. And also, that's stress. And some other sources of stress are cocaine, nicotine, caffeine, and theobromine. Cocaine, nicotine, caffeine, and theobromine. That's why we are seeing INE. This is the same type of drugs are called stimulants. After taking them, they release some stress hormones. Then you are stressed inside. That's why we are seeing even the truck drivers, they love taking those things, some energies, because they have the cocaine sometimes and caffeine. So when you are stressed, it's very difficult for you to sleep, but you are stressed inside after taking it. No, it's very difficult for me to fall asleep, but yes, it's normal for you not to sleep after taking this. And also, I think even our physicians, they write that there is caffeine. In some or maybe some teas, they write, but not all teas. In some other copies, they write. So the key is to read before you what? Yes, before you buy. Then the other point, the fourth point, is oxygen. We can live some days without food, but not 3 minutes without oxygen. We need to, or maybe, sometimes, if we can, or outside town where we can get enough oxygen. Or Kanamurumba, please open your windows, open your doors, or to stay outside if possible. Lack of oxygen can also result in poor blood circulation. And we agree that poor blood circulation is the major cause of these diseases. And number 5 is sunlight. We need vitamin D to boost our immune system. We need vitamin D also to absorb calcium that we get from baobab, calcium that we get from cucumbers, calcium that we get from other sources which are good for human consumption. So now we are saying, after eating or after drinking my baobab drink, I make my own drink. I make my own drink for all information. I have my honey, I have my baobab powder and water, and I mix. I have a nice. So now, after taking these things, we need that calcium to be absorbed. We need vitamin D. So vitamin D, we get it from sunlight. 15 minutes to 20 minutes, just to expose yourself to sunlight, especially in the morning. But we are still saying God cares us. And there are some other patients which are coming in from UK because of this sunlight. Because they know that their bones, they are not going to be used. Their joints. Because in UK, in America, there is no sunlight. There is not enough sunlight. And here in Africa, we are saying God cares us. And even when Cecil Rose came this side, it was due to his condition. His doctor said, no, you can go to Africa. And even now, we've got some friends who are sending their patients here. They say, I'll go to Zambia for 3 months, go to Matobo for 3 months, go to Zimbabwe, go to wherever, but in Africa. The best medicine, we get it in Africa. The best food, we get it in Africa. The minerals, we get them from Africa. The best skin, that has got the melanin, that can prevent us from skin diseases. Unfortunately, we are trying to change. By trying to change, we are also damaging the cells. Minor accident, I'm just on it. There's no longer melanine, no longer cells are no longer intact. So we need sunlight. That's why in winter we are suffering from flus, from toothache, from backache, because there's no sunlight. Then the last one is aluminium. That's the last one, is aluminium. We need to avoid aluminium intensives. They can cause what we call algemias. That's why we are seeing AL from algemias. You are losing your memory. You see that after or maybe during washing your clothes, especially aluminium utensils, you see that there are some other substances when we are rubbing them inside. Yes. So after eating those, they go directly in your food and in your water. After taking that, they also damage your nervous system. They damage your neurons, which are brain cells, and cause algemia and some other mental problems. Algemia. So we can use stainless steel, then some other utensils, not aluminium. So thank you so much. Maybe in conclusion, we are saying after being diagnosed with diabetes, high blood pressure, you must do your part, because we only have 3 doctors. Doctor number 1 is God, who provides food, medicine, water, and everything. Doctor number 2 is the patient, who should implement and use the resources from doctor number 1. And doctor number 3, after neglecting all those resources, nature, sunlight, oxygen, food, water, and everything, and you are now diagnosed with any of these diseases, then you go to doctor number 3. Unfortunately, even if you go to doctor number 3, unfortunately, doctor number 2 is lagging behind. He doesn't want to do his part to eat and live well. That's where the key is. So please, go and try. The first step that you are going to do is to educate your mind. And just to tell your mind that we are going to do this. That's willpower. And my test buds will be aligned with the mind, because mind is the boss. Everything starts from the mind. I think even those who are meant, everything starts from where? So for us to enjoy those things, we need to educate our mind, so that our taste buds will be aligned with the mind. Okay, thank you so much. And if you decide to use herbs or pill, it's your own choice. But to those who may choose to choose maybe herb or the natural medicine, sometimes it's the best because it's natural. My body only recognizes things which are natural. But herb or natural medicine alone will not solve anything. Never. Will not solve any problem. Even if I have some patients, we agree first that you are going to take this, and I give you the medicine. But if you don't agree, then I say I now go to another doctor, because I don't. So Then you choose the best that you can use, but the best is natural or herb. Even if you are using the pill or some pills, kuti doctor wako azokuudza kuti you are now okay, you need to convince him or her with the lifestyle. Kuti vazosiya chakati. But without convincing them with the lifestyle, the food that I'm taking, I think. So we need to reclaim that isn't. That isn't. And we let this rest in peace. We let this rest in peace. And we claim peace. Thank you so much. May God bless you. And then person. Because our food is outside. So let me allow you. How many hands? Only 5. 30 seconds from this side. Yes. Okay, if it is before, it's 15 minutes before. And after, it's 1 hour 30 minutes. Yes. The problem with us is this. We feel thirsty sometimes after eating. Because all this time, we are not drinking water. And also, we are just sitting stuck like that. We need to balance the cooked food with some raw food. Before taking the cooked food, I should start with the raw food. Some cucumbers, sometimes, some tomatoes, some onions, some raw food. Then I eat with the cooked food, not after. If you want to take an apple or any fruit or anything which is raw after taking some cooked food, it will cause a serious fermentation. So, fruits first, raw food first. And even my bread, I take my bread without any tea. But I take it with maybe sometimes with some tomatoes, with some cucumbers, or maybe some fruit, some avocado, and some other. I think it's answered. Yes. I saw another hand. Yes. The natural sources of that. Yes. Okay, the sources of natural sugar, pure ham, fruits, sometimes sweet molasses. You can go and look for sweet molasses. I bought mine yesterday in Spa. There's a small bottle, a black bottle, which is written sweet molasses. It's also good. And sometimes we pack the natural source. And zimbe sugar cane is a natural source. But when we are refining them, it's now sweet. That's where the problem comes. Yes. All right. What I can say is only because we agree that something or anything which is not natural to the human body can cause many problems and serious problems. Hormonal imbalance, cysts, fibroids. So I think you can go even to Zimbabwe Family Planning Organization, then you decide the better option. they can also help you with better option. Sometimes some pills, yes, but they also cause some hormonal imbalance and some other things because it's something which is going to tamper with especially the reproductions. That's why I'm saying yes. This cause this alright, this is just a bonus. This is just a bonus. That's why I only had an hour. This was just a bonus. Alright, any other hand, yes? The best is that what you can get from bow, and sometimes whales, the protected whales. The one which has got some chlorine is not that good. Because chlorine is detected as a chemical sometimes. That's why I advise people to boil first. Last hand, yes. Salt is good because it can promote the electrolytes, balance some nutrients and some other things. But in excess now, it can also damage some vessels, some blood vessels, and some other things. Then we are diagnosed with high blood pressure and heart disease. And the type of salt that we should eat, can you take that Himalayan salt? There's pink salt that I normally carry and moving around. That's my salt. Pink salt, which is written Himalayan salt. It has got 84 minerals. But that's what that we use. It only has 2 minerals. Sea salt or Himalayan salt is there in our supermarkets. If you go to Pick and Pay right now, you get it. If you go to Spar right now, you get it. You can just ask Himalayan or Himalayan salt or pink salt or sea salt. It's very good. It's very good. Very good. Thank you so much for your participation and for your patience. We'll also send you some other stuff in the group so that you benefit some many things. Is that your question? Okay, man. So, man. Okay. It's okay. All right, so thank you so much. Those who may need my number is 0715 720 307 0715 720-307. Dr. Innocent Vandimulilo, Chibatamoto. 0715-720-307. Dr. Innocent Chibatamoto. I am a natural lifestyle medicine specialist. Currently, I have a PhD in natural medicine and certified to conduct some trainings and treatments internationally. So if you want even some trainings, then to your churches, some trainings, then to your schools, even some treatments, even if you have a relative, please don't hesitate to call me. We will help each other. Thank you so much. May God bless you. I hope Kutite Tavemum group, we are in that group. Did you follow the instructions? Okay, so you check your phone maybe after 30 minutes. If you followed those instructions, to save that number that I gave you yesterday, then you say to WhatsApp, "Hi, Matebelle and First Aid." I think it was very clear and it's still clear. Okay, thank you so much. May God bless you. Now handing over. Can you choose anyone? Okay, anyone to give us the vote of thanks. Then after vote of thanks, we have the word of prayer. After that, we file out for our food, for our lunch. We will advise you the actual date to collect the certificate, especially from the provincial office. Thank you so much. Over to you, ma'am.